Hey guys, it's Pia here and welcome to another video. This one's going to be an update video where I tell you about where I've been for over a year and what I've been doing all that time. I'm also going to be answering a couple of questions from Instagram, and I'm just gonna be shouting out the people who sent me those questions along the way. So here we go. Okay, I'm gonna start off by a couple of questions from Moonji Productions, who actually set up quite a nice intro for me here because they asked me a bunch of questions. So the first one is, how are you doing? I'm doing great, thank you. I'm living the best days of my life currently, it feels like, because I'm doing so many fun things, but I'm gonna get into that a little later. The second question that they asked was, what did you do while you were gone? Okay, so I posted my last video in February of 2021. That means my youngest was a little under 1 at that point. Let's see, I was doing my second TV series called Puppy Love, which is actually available to view right now. I'm gonna put a link in the description so you can go and see that. You might have to have VPN, also it's in Swedish, but I rap in one of the episodes, so it's kind of worth it. Anyway, I'm gonna put a link in the description so you can check that out. If you're hearing any weird sounds, by the way, that's my cat. Oh, here we go. Hello. Okay, anyway, trying to ignore Mimi right now, but here she is. She's doing great as well. What else did I do during that time while I was away? Well, as I said, I finished my second TV series. I started my third one, and then I pitched an idea for a fourth one, but I didn't get that one, so then I kind of panicked, and my husband kind of told me that maybe I could apply to film school if I wanted to, and I thought, I don't know if it's worth it because I already have quite a bit of experience in that area, but then I thought, you know what, why not? I have nothing else to do. And so I applied to film school and I got in, and I'm currently studying screenwriting and directing. So that's been just really fun, and that's why I'm so happy. And that's why I'm doing great. So that's been a huge thing. I'm also right now finishing my third TV series, as I said, and I'm also writing some screenplays for a children's TV series. So I already got my first screenwriting gig, which is amazing. So I've been really busy. Moving on with the questions. Let's see. Also from Untitled Productions, is there a reason why you left for so long? No particular reason other than that I've been too busy to film any videos for YouTube. So that's about it. I've just, I have my kids, have my family, have my cats, have my productions that I'm doing, and now I have school. So the only reason why I'm putting up a video right now is because YouTube sent me an email saying that if I don't put up any videos, I'm gonna lose all of my monetization. So here we are. And moving on with even more questions from Moonji Productions. How are things going with your family? Great, thank you. My eldest is 5.5 soon, and my youngest is 2.5, and they are amazing. I love them. They're also a lot. They're kind of bickering all the time, but they're just really sweet. I'm not really posting much about them on Instagram anymore, as I get more aware of their privacy and the fact that they can't consent to me posting about them. So that's why I'm trying to keep it kind of on the low. I'm also not going to be putting any videos of them because I feel like that would be invading their privacy. So you're just going to be hearing a little bit about them every now and then, maybe like a photo once or twice a year. So yeah. And my husband's doing great as well. He's amazing. He's been so supportive with my weird endeavors going back to school and all that, so he's really great. And here's a question, the last one from Moonji Productions, I think, was, will you start selling more LPS customs again? This kind of goes hand in hand with the question from Demon Kitty, which was, are you working on any customs? The answer to those questions is yes and yes. So I am working on customs every now and then. I've actually finished 2 in the last month, I think, which is like a record for me because it's been such a long time since I painted any customs, so this feels like a huge achievement for me. And if you want to check out my Etsy shop, I actually have quite a few customs listed there, so you can go check them out if you find something that you like. And I'm gonna be putting more there, and if you want to stay up to date with what I'm putting out on my Etsy shop, please follow me on Instagram because that's where I'm most active. I usually post in my stories when something goes up, so check that out and follow me. Then we have a couple of questions that again go kind of hand in hand. These are questions that you might have already heard the answers to if you've been following me for a while. Here is from the Fox Bottle. Why did you start collecting LPS? From Wild Clydesdale, how did you get into LPS? From Willow Productions Official, why and when did you get into customizing? And from A Random Account of Randomness, what got you into customizing and what started your YouTube channel? Okay, so as I said, you might already know the whole backstory, so I'm sorry if I'm boring you, but for my viewers that might be new here. So I started making customs in 2013 as I was finishing my master's thesis and I was kind of getting bored with it, and then I'd already been customizing My Little Ponies earlier, but that wasn't really my thing. It was too much trouble with all the rerouting of the hair and it felt kind of boring that it's always the same base. So my mom actually got me an LPS and she said it reminded her of me because it had big eyes and I love everything with big eyes. I've loved anime my entire life. So she got me that one and I was like, wonder if I could do something with this. And then it just kind of took off. So in 2013, almost 9 years ago, well, actually yes, 9 years ago, because Facebook showed me some pictures from 2013 and reminded me. Yeah, that's when I started making customs. And I did that just on Instagram for a couple of years and on DeviantArt. And then in 2015 I started my channel because a bunch of people on Instagram were telling me that I should be making YouTube videos, and I thought, yeah, maybe. And then my husband said, do it. And then it was his birthday, and the only reason why I hadn't started the channel earlier was because I was just really camera shy and I didn't want to do it. So, but then I did it as a birthday present for him. And then that's when everything took off and it was really great. And that summer we got married as well, and I remember going on my honeymoon and I was just posting videos throughout, like every single day. So that was really fun, and yeah, that's how my YouTube channel started. And then I had a couple of kids, you know, in between, so that's why I haven't been posting as much since 2017 when my first child was born. Yeah, so that's the story of how I started. I don't actually collect LPS, that was one of the questions. Yeah, I don't really collect them per se. I have a couple of LPS that I don't customize because they're so cute, and I'm thinking of maybe taking photos of them at some point. I don't know, maybe I'll just sell them, or... Actually, I'm trying to get my kids into LPS as well, so we'll see. They're not that into them, sadly, but maybe one day. Then we have a really interesting question from Forest Feather. When you were consistently customizing, did you have another job? The short answer is no, I didn't. I was just customizing, I was doing my YouTube videos, I got some money from that, and then I was selling my customs. So no, when I was at the height of my customizing, I did not have another job. Oh yeah, one thing that I forgot to mention, because I was looking at the questions here, was that actually in the meantime, while I've been gone, I've also started expanding the things that I do. So I've started making 3D models as well, that I print on our 3D printer and then I paint them. So that's a whole new thing that I'm doing, and I can get into that in some other videos later. I won't talk about it too much. But here was a question which was from Cobalt Studios. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, because I know you're like my friend on Instagram, but I don't really know how to pronounce that name. Anyway, they asked, favorite 3D printed figure you made? Yeah, it's gotta be Roxy from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I'm gonna put a video or a photo here. I still haven't finished her, but the model just looks so good. And the detail on it is amazing, so I'm very stoked with our 3D printer. It's great. Here's also a question from two different people, which was very similar. It's from Alex the Daily and from, what is this? Kellyn Quinn Gender Envy. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. They both asked, what's your favorite custom you have ever made? Well, at this point I've made nearly 1,000 LPS customs, I'm not kidding. I'm gonna announce it when I'm up to 1,000 because I have a special thing planned for that that's been just sitting on my to-do list for a really long time, but I'm not there yet. So it's really hard to choose, obviously. I mean, obviously my mascot will always be my favorite because it's like me. It's the one that's been representing me in these videos as well. So that's my favorite. I also have a couple of customs that I really enjoy that I still have. So I think I'm just gonna film a couple of those from my shelf. I might actually show you my entire shelf. And another custom that I really love is obviously Freckles, because Freckles was my first head swap custom, and it kind of showed me what was possible. So it kind of widened my horizons, I suppose, in terms of what I can do with my customs, and it's just a really cute original character, so I love Freckles. There are a bunch of other customs that I obviously also love, but I just can't remember all of them off the top of my head. There's a similar question from R4T, maybe like Rat, I suppose, Rat Lizzie. What has been your favorite custom to make? I've loved all the really complicated ones, I suppose. I think the Greed Collie is one of the ones that I really enjoyed because of the level of detail on it. I think it's kind of like, yes, it's tedious to make something really detailed, but it's also the most rewarding. Also anything with glass eyes, because my friend Pumpkin's Customs, shout out! She is amazing at making glass eyes that are actually not made from glass, they're made from resin, but they're still amazing. So I love those. Here's a question from Ali MC2348. That is, do you still like LPS, and do you have LPS number 2332? I don't know what LPS that is, let me check that out, but do I still like LPS? Yes. I think I'm always gonna love LPS, they're always gonna have a special place in my heart. As I already said, I don't really collect LPS per se, but I did buy one when I was on a holiday with my husband, and I was very excited because it was a blind bag and I got exactly the LPS that I wanted, so I was like a little kid. I was so excited. Yeah, I'm gonna Google what that LPS was that they asked me about. Okay, so LPS 2332 is a tabby cat, I suppose, with its paw up. Doesn't look familiar, so I don't think I have it. I hope that answers your question. From Mel LPS Official, a kind of cute question. They say, could be an assumption too, but were you the artistic/creative child when you were younger? Oh boy. Let me just completely open up about my childhood trauma to you guys. Yes, I was very artistic. I mean, I'm not saying I'm like super artistic as in good at what I do, but I loved art, I loved drawing, I've loved writing my entire life. I've been writing a diary, I've been writing creative text, I've been telling stories, I've been writing stories, I've been creating worlds. When I was a little older, I kept sculpting like from modeling putty. Sadly not something that would be air dry, so all of those got ruined, you know, because they just wouldn't dry at all. They would just kind of melt in together. Ugh, that was kind of gross. Anyway, yes, I've been artistic my entire life. Sadly, there was no support from my family. My mom actually made a huge point to me that you're never gonna be an artist, so don't even think that this is something that you should pursue. Which, you know, the irony is that I'm an artist now. So, you know, even with her trying to tell me not to pursue it, not to do it, I couldn't stop it because, you know, that's what I've always done. But for a really long time, I thought I wasn't artistic and that I wasn't good at what I was doing, and that's why I pursued everything else. So it's kind of sad actually, but, you know, in the end we got there. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, I've been really artistic my entire life. Art has been a huge outlet for me to just kind of, I don't know, materialize the things that are in my head, because I have a very, very, very active imagination. A question from Painted Wings LPS that we kind of already touched on. Do you collect any LPS or do you only customize them? I mostly customize my LPS. I don't really collect them per se, but as I said, I do have some that I don't really intend on customizing. And I actually did collect some of those Hungry Pets. I think I have 2 of the waves, like the whole set completed. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, because it's not like I don't know what to do with them, but I did collect them. I thought they were very cute. From Shady Lady 24, what's your current favorite video game? That's easy, because I don't have a lot of time to play, so I mostly play with my son, and we play Mario Kart together, and it's amazing. It's so fun. He's actually really good at it. As I said, he's 5 years old. He just loves Mario Kart 8 on Nintendo Switch, and I love it too. I was just a huge fan of it when it was on Wii U, and I played it non-stop. That's actually why my eldest son is named Ludwig, because of Ludwig von Koopa from Mario Kart. So it was a bit of a surprise for him when he was like, "Mom, why is this character named after me?" And I was like, well, it's kind of the other way around. Sorry, son. But yeah, so we've had so much fun, and you know, he seems fine with the name now. And a final question from the lovely Puppy Lover 863 girl. They asked, could you share what it was like behind the scenes of filming your show Puppy Love? So as I mentioned, Puppy Love was the second TV series that I did. It was supposed to be originally season 2 of 7, which is also on YouTube, you might have seen. But the people that I was working with on the broadcasting company side changed, and the person who was then in charge after season 1 of 7 did not understand 7 like at all, and he is a comedian, so he was like, what are you gonna do with this? How do we simplify this concept into something that's a comedy and something that's maybe like a little shorter per episode? And you know, because I really wanted to keep going and making my own TV series, I was like, yes, let's shorten the thing and let's just do a spin-off and let's cut like half the characters off and let ever talk about them again. So it is just a spin-off of 7, and that was kind of interesting for me, having to kind of make peace with the fact that it wasn't going to be a season 2 of 7, which by the way, I have the entire screenplay for that, so it's something that I'm still considering for my YouTube channel, but I don't have any time right now, sadly. But it's there, and I know the idea, and I really enjoyed it, but apparently the person I was working with wasn't a huge fan. But yeah, it was so fun. I made the screenplay, I got some comments from the people over there at the broadcasting company. They were really great comments, really helped me kind of understand and refine my screenplay, because I hadn't ever really written that much, except for 7. So it's been a huge learning process. It was amazing, it was really fun. The series is completely wacky and kooky because it's a comedy, so I absolutely love how some of the things turned out. The episodes are kind of standalone episodes. There's not a continuous thread. It's just the same characters from 7, so the normal ones, not the 7 Deadly Sins, and just kind of the wacky things that they do at school. So that was super fun to think, like, how would this character react? And I also feel like I got to develop the characters a lot more, so that was super fun. In terms of how it was done, it was again me doing some of the voices and just my friends doing some of the voices, so that was super fun to record with them, and then I filmed the whole thing just like I filmed everything for my YouTube channel, so just at home in my little workroom I had all my figures that I'd already used for my Swedish version of 7. I can also put a link in the description for that if you want to see it. Yeah, what else could I say about the behind the scenes for Puppy Love? I mean, it was just filming it and editing it, and then yeah. But the thing that's more interesting, which I might do some sort of update about at some point, is the new production that I'm doing, which is meant for way younger kids. It's meant for like 2 to 6 year olds, and that has my 3D printed models instead of the ones that I sculpted by hand. And the cool thing about those is, which you might have seen on Instagram, is that I can swap the heads so they can have different expressions, so it almost kind of starts to look like an animation at that point. So it's really fun. I'm very proud of it. I hope I can show you guys some outtakes or something at some point. But that's it for this Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it was so long. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long, and I'm gonna try to put up videos every now and then. It won't be very often because, you know, as I already said, I have so much going on. But yeah, I miss you guys. I always miss you guys when I don't interact with you, so I really hope I can put up some more videos soon, and I think I'm gonna put like a collection video next, so maybe showing some customs that I've done recently. But that's gonna take some time, so I'm gonna keep you guys updated on my Instagram. Please follow me there if you're not following me already, because that's where I really share the information of when new videos are coming, if I'm making something new and I need you guys questions or input for something. So that's all I had to say for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again soon. Bye!